everybody. Sean here with a quick update on everything that's going on with this weather here. We have another risk for storms, so we are going to spend a little time together here as we roll through the night tonight. We have several severe thunderstorm warnings in effect, and this is one of those situations where it's the cap. And there's a lot of stuff that's working against thunderstorm development, but in places where the heat and the energy can overcome that stuff, storms are developing quickly. They're becoming explosive. We have 70 to 80 plus mile per hour wind. And actually, if we see some of these storms continue to develop the way they are, we may end up with a few storms that produce maybe 90 to 100 mile per hour wind gust. And that is the big risk with storms here tonight. It's going to be wind, and that is what we're watching. And we do have a number of severe thunderstorm warnings I want to get to. We have a couple up here. We have this one near Eagle Butte for parts of Ziebach and Dewey County, 70 mile per hour wind gusts with that one. This one down here a little further to the south, which is in effect for parts of Ziebach, Dewey, Stanley, Sully, and Potter County. This one also 70-ish mile per hour wind gusts, and this whole line is moving to the northeast at around 40. So that's about the movement and trajectory of how these storms are going. We have another one down here around Miller. This severe thunderstorm warning, we have 70 mile per hour observed wind. And actually, look, if you look at these little circles here, 80 gust in Harold, 60 gust in Highmore. We had an 80 gust near Blunt. So we do have some history of some really strong wind with these storms as they move through. So that's why we're watching here. And again, there is potential for some pretty nasty stuff to go down here as these storms continue to develop and move eastward through the evening. And that's why I'm just going to leave the stream up. I'm going to pop in and out of here. I'll pop on and update you when stuff starts to get a little crappy or something hits the fan. And we'll just kind of keep you on top of everything that's going on here. So let's talk about this little storm here by Miller and Wessington. We have that severe thunderstorm warning. This storm is moving to, let me find the warning for this one, is moving to the east at around 45 miles per hour. So this one is southeast of Miller, Wessington, the Woolsey area. So that is this storm right through here. And really this whole cluster of storms has potential to produce these 60 to 70 plus mile per hour wind gusts here this evening. We can go all the way down to Woonsocket, Letcher. We have a big whole line of severe thunderstorm warnings here for this one. This one is for 60 gusts, and the hail isn't even going to be that big of a thing with these, but it's going to be the wind, and that's the big thing. Aurora, Davison, Gerald, Sanborn, Beetle counties, this one in effect until 7 o'clock, so about another 19 minutes as this whole line continues to move to the east. But the strongest part of the storm is this little guy right up here. That's where we have 70 mile per hour confirmed wind gusts now. So that's something else here that we're keeping a close eye on. We also have a severe thunderstorm watch that is in effect here for most of central, eastern South Dakota, basically U.S. Highway 212 and south of that line. So Miller, Huron, Brookings, Madison, these storms are going to continue to move to the east. We're talking 11 o'clock tonight with these. And depending on how all of this goes, if the cap can suppress these storms as they move east, they may not have to extend the watch further east into Minnesota. But it's a possibility, so that's something I'll be watching too. And I'll keep the stream rolling here through the evening just because I know just kind of nice to be able to check in whenever things go wonky. So that's what's going on here tonight. We have a pretty high severe risk. You'll notice that severe risk graphic that pops up there. We've been dealing with level 3 out of 5 severe weather risk here for the day today. And I can pop that up here for you, and you can see where we're at with that. And it's a pretty significant risk. In fact, let me pop this up here, and you can see that's our severe weather risk. Sioux Falls, Brookings, Mitchell, all right smack in the middle of that bugger. So we are going to be dealing with some pretty, potentially some nasty stuff. And then tomorrow, too, Looks like that severe risk is going to continue, but a little further east. So, folks, Minnesota, Iowa, basically Mitchell, Sioux Falls, east into Minnesota, Iowa, we're going to be dealing with another risk as we make our way into tomorrow. And not a big tornado risk. It's the wind. That is going to be the threat again tomorrow as this front moves through. So that is what we are dealing with. Let's get back to the radar, talk a little bit about these warnings that we have going on, a slew of warnings. And again, the most significant warnings at this point are these up here where we have wind gusts potential up to 70. Also southeast of Miller, wind gust potential up to 70 miles per hour. You can see Dupree. We had an 80 mile per hour wind, 76 mile per hour wind gust at the Mesonet near Lantry there. And we've had a little bit of hail in a few spots, but really the wind is the main factor with these. And we do have this line of thunderstorms moving here from Wessington Springs, west of Mitchell, moving toward Mitchell. And if everything keeps moving like it is, around 40 to 45-ish miles per hour, this will reach Interstate 29 corridor around mid-evening-ish. The question is, are these going to intensify, or are they just going to kind of hold? And that's why there's a little uncertainty around that at this point. So that's why you just stay tuned, stay in touch with everything that's going on, and I'll kind of keep you posted here with things that are developing. But again, a number of strong to severe thunderstorms are moving through. Kind of watch the loop and see how everything has moved through. I do want to pop up the latest model here for you, too, and kind of let you see what that is. In fact, I'm looking for my own curiosity, too, because I'm not sure. But this is what the latest model does. Notice how it's handling the stuff up north okay, but notice how it continues to keep this stuff together here as it moves through Mitchell toward Madison and Sioux Falls, and even maybe intensify it a little bit as it moves toward Sioux Falls. So again, looking at around 8, 9, the Sioux Falls area. So if you're in Sioux Falls, just be ready for that. And I'll let you know how things roll. Let's go back to the live radar. This is what's happening out here right now. And this line of storms continues to push east with the potential to produce damaging straight line wind gusts right now around 60 or so miles per hour in this line of storms near Huron, Wessington Springs, and Plankinton. And this is all moving east at around 35 to 45-ish miles per hour. East at 45 is the latest on this line of storms. So if it keeps going like it is, right through here, that'll put these storms near Woonsocket now, Huron in about 10-ish minutes or so, but I'd say Huron, you're going to be there pretty close at this point. Iroquois, 7:19. Howard at 7:35. De Smet at around 7:39. And that's where we stand with the line of thunderstorms. Let me go back up to this one, if just in case there's somebody up here. These are a little more significant. We have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect here for parts of Dewey and Corson County. 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts along with these storms that are moving through. And if I turn the loop on, you can kind of watch how everything is moved and developed east over the last little while. And again, the atmosphere, there is a cap on the atmosphere, which is a warmer layer of air aloft that really tries to prevent storms from developing. But as you could tell when we went outside here today, there's a lot of moisture and a lot of energy in the air with that heat and humidity. And so this is kind of overcoming and busting through that cap, I think a little more than we all expected to begin with. We knew there'd be the possibility for a few thunderstorms. You kind of see, here's a good example. See this little guy right here developing up there and trying to get through the cap, but it just can't. The cap is too strong in that spot, and it basically just cuts it off, and boom, he's gone. Now, you'll notice this little line right here. That is the outflow boundary ahead of those storms, and there is still going to be a little blast of wind there, probably 30, 40-ish mile per hour blast of wind that's moving out ahead of those storms because there is a lot of energy. What happens is the rain comes down, and a lot of air comes down with the rain. It hits the ground and spreads out in front of the storm, and that's that blast of wind that we have going through. Back here, the cap, either not quite as strong or there's just so much energy and instability that we're blasting through that cap. And these storms are really strong at this point. And again, the big risk with these 60 to 70 plus mile per hour wind gusts, and hail isn't even that big. Look at that, less than an inch. But the wind is the big thing that is rolling through with these storms. And again, they're moving basically to the east to northeast at around 40 miles per hour. Let me bring the radar back here, and we'll do a little line here along the leading edge of that storm as it goes at about 45-ish. So that would put us in Mobridge, the strongest part in about 20 minutes. Glenham about 7:19, Selby at 7:31, Mound City at 7:43. So that's that line of storms right there. We clear this one off, and this is one of those situations too where you get that outflow ahead of the storm. So a lot of times the blast, this really strong blast of wind will hit you before that line of storms gets there. So keep that in mind. Don't wait till you're turning red on the radar. Sometimes this stuff happens a little sooner. All right, so this one, Oneida, about 10 minutes-ish. Gettysburg, 7:18. Hoven at 7:40. And Tolstoy at 7:47. I have some friends in Hoven. A lot of friends that are from Hoven. I like Hoven. You're in Hoven, you got some strong wind coming. Again, 60 to 70 plus mile per hour gusts. And here's the verified truth right here. Northeast of Dupree, we had a gust, 76 gust. These little dots round up. 70 gusts just east of Eagle Butte. Let me see if I can make those bigger. By the way, if you want a really good app, and they don't have it for Android yet, but a friend of mine is developing this software that I'm using for radar tracking. It's called Weatherfront, and they have an app for Apple, and it is fantastic. If you're a weather nerd, if you like to dig into all the radar details and all that kind of stuff in the models, Weatherfront is a fantastic little app for that you should try. It's pretty cool. We don't have a lot of storm chasers out. A lot of times when we're doing tornado coverage, we see all the little dots with the storm chasers, but storm chasers, they don't like this kind of weather where you're just dealing with these fast-moving storms with strong straight-line wind gusts. We actually just had a change, an update. The, Corson, Dewey County, Mobridge, you're in there now. Gettysburg, that severe thunderstorm watch has been extended just a tick north to include folks up here with this storm near Timber Lake. LaPlante moving toward Mobridge. Mobridge not, well, you're kind of half in the severe thunderstorm warning, not fully, but you have a pretty powerful storm moving toward you. If you're in Mobridge, Gettysburg, get ready because this is a strong thunderstorm that is moving your way. We have a brand new severe thunderstorm warning here. This one now includes Huron, and it is for a big line of counties. Let me pull up the list here. Davison County, southwestern Kingsbury, Sanborn, Beetle, eastern Aurora, eastern Gerald, western Minor, northwestern Hanson County until 7:30. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts with these. Let's see here. Huron, Woonsocket, Mount Vernon, Storla, Letcher, Forestburg, Cavour, Loomis, Mitchell, Artesian, Letcher, Yale, all included in this severe thunderstorm warning. Brand new one here that's in effect until 7:30, and it is this whole box. I know all the boxes start to overlap and it gets a little confusing sometimes. So it is this area right here. That is the severe thunderstorm warning I'm talking about. So Plankinton, Mitchell, Woonsocket, Artesian, Carthage is on the edge, Iroquois, Huron, Broadland, Woolsey, Virgil, all included. And if this keeps going, if it maintains its strength or strengthens, DeSmet, Howard, Canova, you're going to be in there here pretty soon. Lake Thompson, Lake Preston, Arlington area. So just be ready. This line continues to push east, and it's a pretty strong line of thunderstorms that we have moving through here right now. But again, the strongest ones are sitting up here to the north, moving toward Gettysburg right now, and Mobridge. So Gettysburg and Mobridge, a strong line of thunderstorms there. Let me pop something up here for you. I want to talk a little bit about the hail. And again, see, we're not getting a lot of stuff lighting up here. I mean, there are a couple little minor hail core potential there. That yellow, that's like 1 inch hail, which is quarter size hail. That's barely, most of this isn't even severe hail at this point. This little line down here, these lines, again, the wind is the thing. Woolsey, 9.9. That's not even severe. So hail is not the issue. It is just about the wind that is happening with these thunderstorms as they move through. They're chugging along down the Interstate 90. Again, we're looking at around 40 mile per hour on the movement of these. And so if everything keeps going and this line continues to develop further to the south and move along Interstate 90, let's follow the strongest part of this storm here. That puts it around Sioux Falls sometime between 8:30 and 9 o'clock. That is if the storm continues to move like it is, and if the storm doesn't develop out further ahead of the initial line. So Sioux Falls between 8 and 9, just be ready. We're going to kind of keep an eye on this and see if it intensifies or anything gets more serious. So for now, I'm going to just go into radar mode here for a little bit and just let this kind of hang out because I'm kind of waiting. I want to be here and be ready just in case we see these storms really start to take off and we start to see these wind gusts climbing up into that 80, 90 mile per hour, because there is a lot of energy in the atmosphere today. And you know it. I mean, if you were outside at all today, you felt it. It was just hot and sticky. I was at my kids' car wash for the Jefferson High School band, and they were, I mean, it was hot. If it wouldn't have been for the mishaps of me getting squirted with the hose, you know, every 5 minutes, I don't think I would have survived. So a lot of big energy here. There's a new update on this one. For 3 minutes to go, Dewey, Stanley, Sully, Potter counties. Let me just make sure there's nothing new and exciting with that storm before I pull away here. So the severe thunderstorm warning will expire at 7 and that's 6 Mountain, 7 Central, 6 Mountain. For North Central Stanley, Western Sully, Central Dewey, storms have weakened below severe level. So that's good. Good. All right. I like to hear that. We still have this one. This is a doozy still. If you are in Mobridge, 70-plus mile per hour wind gusts possible with the storm headed toward Mobridge. Mobridge not technically in. The west side of the river is in the warning. East side of the river is not. So get ready, Mobridge. Things are going to be rolling in here fairly soon. I'm going to leave the radar up. Corey Hartman found me a little music to play. So I know a lot of folks, when I go into radar mode or I step away for a little while, wonder if the audio is still working. That way, you'll know that the audio is still working. Let me know if you think, I think the music's fine. I mean, it's not too obnoxious, and I don't want it to be scary. But I'm going to turn that off for a sec. I'm going to leave the radar up, and as soon as stuff starts to go wonky, I will be back, or if anything changes, any updates, I will pop back on. So feel free to leave the stream rock and roll, and I'll be keeping an eye on things, and I'll have updates as things develop. Everybody, quick update here. Just got a report that there is some pretty good wind that is happening with these storms. In Huron, we have a report now of a 68 mile per hour wind gust that moved through Huron. So they have upgraded this severe thunderstorm warning now, especially for this northern part of the line right up here, to potential for 70 mile per hour wind gusts. Storms continue to move east at around 40-ish miles per hour. So that if we bring up the storm tracker, let me just kind of give you an idea as to how this part of the storm is going to roll here. Let's see here. Now, just east of Huron, Broadland to Alpena, if we kind of follow the eastern edge of this line of thunderstorms here, we're talking, and if this thing keeps moving like it is, we're going to be at Iroquois by about 7:56. Or 7:26, sorry, Iroquois 7:26, DeSmet at 7:49, Howard at 7:49, Lake Preston at 8:01, Oldham at 8:01, Winfred at 8:02. By the way, I got a comment from Renee. I think that if I move away from my microphone a little bit, it cuts out. So I'll do a better job of staying close to it's one of these radio microphones. You got to keep it right in your face. Otherwise, everything goes a little wonky. So, Fields of Grace event in Arlington, cutting set short, ending things early. Let's find Arlington and talk a little bit about what's going on here. So, Arlington, if this line continues to move like it is, let me stick it out here another hour or so. Brookings at around 8:41. So, Volga 8:32, Madison at about 8:20, and you're right there kind of along the line. So I would say Arlington probably sometime 8:15 to 8:30 is our best bet. Although, now keep in mind, there's a little stuff out here that's trying to develop. It's not really strengthening very well, but there is the chance that some of this could bring rain, just maybe not severe 70-plus mile per hour wind to your neighborhood. So keep that in mind. So upgraded severe thunderstorm warning at this point from basically Huron all the way down to Mitchell potential. And again, if you're in this little area here, there is a little break in this line, but strong wind is possible because we do see the outflow ahead of or around this line of storms kind of push out, and that could cause some problems. So just because you don't have big red blobs over the top of you doesn't mean that you're not going to get some of the strong wind. It's still possible outside of these big red blobs. Brand new severe thunderstorm warning. I noticed just south here near Parkston. This one is for parts of Davison, Douglas, and Hutchinson counties. Let me pull this bulletin up here just to get all the details on it for you. Southern Davison, northeastern Douglas, northwestern Hutchinson County. 7:45 the time on this. And this one actually isn't moving as fast. Moving east at around 15 to 20-ish miles per hour. If we turn the loop in, you can see here. There it is, strengthening up a little bit. What we're seeing is they're strengthening and then weakening a little bit because they're in an atmosphere that's really trying to suppress these storms. But there's a lot of energy out there. So the storms are winning in a lot of spots. Let's go back up here to the north. We have this severe thunderstorm warning. If you are up around Aberdeen or west of Aberdeen near Mobridge, Whitehorse, Timber Lake, McLaughlin area, this cluster of storms continues to push east as well. And there is the potential for 70 mile per hour wind gusts this warning in effect until 7:30 this evening. So 7:30 this evening on these storms right through here. So, again, good line of thunderstorms continues to move through. The strongest right now is this cluster right through here near Huron, where we actually just had a 70 mile per hour gust in Huron a short while ago. So, 68 mile per hour gust in Huron. So, this line right through here does have the potential to produce some significant weather. Stay with me. I'll keep an eye on things here as these storms continue to develop and move through. I'm going to go back to radar mode for just a little bit here and look at a couple things. By the way, if you have any pictures or reports, send them to me on Facebook. You can DM me or comment them in here. And that's a great way, too, to get the word out. And I always send the reports to the folks at the National Weather Service, too. So don't forget to include your location, at least general. I mean, you don't have to give me very specific stuff, but at least like what town you're in, or if you're in a bigger town, what part of town, how many miles in any direction from a town. That kind of stuff always helps, because if it's a significant report, folks at the Weather Service will reach out and have me get back in touch with you. So it's nice to have as much information as possible. So the warnings that we have right now, this one right here, for basically from Huron to Mitchell, we have that severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect, and a whole lot of counties here. Let me rattle them all off here one more time for you. Davison County, southwestern Kingsbury, Sanborn, Beadle, eastern Aurora, eastern Gerald, western Minor, northwestern Hanson County till 7:30. Storm continues to move east at around 40 miles per hour, and 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts now possible, especially with this northern edge up here from Highway 34 up to Huron, Watermelon Country. So if you are in this area, be ready for some very strong straight-line wind gusts. Not a big tornado risk today. It's all about straight-line wind, but the potential that we have, it is straight-line wind that can do the same kind of damage as a tornado. We're talking, I mean, if things come together and we get one or two of these storms that finds a good spot to strengthen, we could have spots that get 80, 90-plus mile-per-hour wind gusts. Hoping that doesn't happen, but definitely something we're watching for, and that's why you need to stay tuned and stay in touch with everything going on here through the afternoon and evening. And I'll be back in just a few. Hang on. If anything changes, if anything develops, I will be here to let you know about it. Hello, everybody. I am back with a quick little update. Nothing really major changing at this point, but we do have a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings that are happening right now. This one right here, which is for a good long line up and down South Dakota Highway 37 from Huron all the way down to Mitchell. We did have a 70-mile-per-hour wind gust in Huron with this line of thunderstorms, and it continues to move east. Now near Iroquois, moving toward Carthage and Artesian. It continues to kind of develop further east as it moves as well. And we do have a couple of little thunderstorms that are trying to get their wits together over here east of Carthage, Canova, Salem. Not quite severe yet, but definitely ones that we're going to be watching. And again, they're moving into an atmosphere that is trying to restrict, and they're not doing a great job of developing, but I'm going to keep a close eye on these here. They're just sort of holding steady. Some wind, maybe some rain. There isn't even a whole heck of a lot of lightning with these yet. Howard Winfred down to Salem. This area right here around Huron down to Artesian looks to be weakening a little too, but they do kind of pulse up and down a little bit, so this is to be expected. So they could weaken a bit and then re-strengthen. We have a brand new severe thunderstorm warning here. This is for this polygon right here, and that is for parts of Minor, Kingsbury, Sanborn, and Beetle counties. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, and that's reassuring that these storms aren't strengthening to what our earlier models kind of suggested might happen here this evening. So that's a good thing. That doesn't mean it's not going to happen, but that is a good sign. We have another new severe thunderstorm warning down here as well. This one for parts of McCook, Hutchinson, and Hanson County. So this goes from basically Parkston, Menno, over to Olivet, Freeman, and Bridgewater, and South Dakota 42 on the northern side of that severe thunderstorm warning polygon. So that one in effect until 8 o'clock. And once again, 60-mile-per-hour wind gust and about 1-inch hail potential with these for McCook, Hutchinson, and Hanson counties. And these storms are, both of these moving east at around 45-ish miles per hour. So if we bring in the old, let me just double check here. I want to make sure I have the speed right. Yeah. McCook, Hanson, Hutchinson, 45, and 45 for the one for, oh, wait, what am I looking at here? Those are both the same. Oh, here we go. There we go. All right, yeah, the one further south is moving a little more slowly. I kind of thought that might be the case. So this one about 15 to 20 down here, right through here, Parkston, Freeman, Menno. But this line further north is chugging along at around 45 or so miles per hour. So this cluster of storms is going to continue to push east. And as it does, we're going to be moving it toward Howard by 710, Madison 738, Franklin 742, Rutland at around 746. If this keeps moving like it is at around 45-ish miles per hour. So we'll keep a close eye on that here over the next little while. This one further south, again, moving a little more slowly. We're going, we're pushing maybe 20 miles per hour with this line of storms. I need to use the storm tracker, not the pretty picture pen. So if this one keeps moving like it is, Freeman 745, Marion 813, Parker sometime around 8:30. So that's what we have going on right now. 2 severe thunderstorm warnings, both of them kind of moving toward the Sioux Falls metro area. This whole line is moving toward Sioux Falls right now, but fortunately, they've kind of weakened a little bit. We're dealing with 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. That is the lowest level of criteria for a severe thunderstorm warning. Now, that doesn't mean things won't change, and it is very possible that things will change as these continue to move east. A lot of heat and moisture in the air, a lot of energy and fuel for thunderstorms. So just keep that in mind and don't let your guard down. Stay tuned here. And some good news with this one, too. These storms near Mobridge, we have a brand new severe thunderstorm warning, Selby, Java area. This is also for 60-mile-per-hour wind. And this one to the west now has been, it's going to be allowed to expire, I believe, at 7:30 for Dewey and Corson counties. So, hooray. Things are looking better here. Stay with me. I'm going to just let this stream roll. I thought about just shutting it off for a little while since we're kind of below that big. I usually don't want to do this unless, we're talking 70, 80-mile-per-hour wind gusts or better. But I'm just going to leave this up because these storms do have the potential to change fairly quickly. And if that happens, I want to pop back on here just to let you know what's going on. If you have anything exciting happening where you are, let me know in the comments or drop me a DM. I'm going to go refill my bottle and just kind of hang out and watch the radar. I'll zoom it around here for you a little bit while you watch. And again, if anything develops, if anything changes, I will pop back on here and I will let you know all about it. Thanks for hanging out. I'm all sweaty and red because I was at my kids' marching band car wash this evening or this afternoon, and it was a miserable hot day, and it just feels like storms, and that's going to be the case. Here, before I go, let me just run through what we have going on here. First of all, we have the severe risk, which was upgraded for this evening. We're at a level 3 out of 5 here, so a pretty high risk for thunderstorms, and we do have a risk again tomorrow. Basically, Mitchell, Sioux Falls, Brookings, most of Minnesota, and basically all of Iowa along and north of Interstate 80. And again, the issue tomorrow, not tornadoes. There's the tornado risk. Got to go all the way to Wisconsin. The risk again tomorrow is going to be the wind and not even hail all that much. It's just going to be damaging straight line wind gusts again tomorrow. Ooh, we have a brand new severe thunderstorm warning. Let me talk about that here real quick. Sorry, I'm not excited. I just noticed it popped on here, and I should probably say something about it. We have a severe thunderstorm warning. This is another one of those multi-county severe thunderstorm warnings that is in effect. Pull up the bulletin so I can read you where. All these counties. Northeastern Davison, southeastern Sanborn, southwestern Lake, southern Minor, Hanson, and McCook are all the counties in that severe thunderstorm warning until 8:15, moving east at 50 miles per hour. So, again, this whole line of stuff is heading toward the Sioux Falls area, and it's basically all this right along this line in here. So we are waiting for this line to move east, and it is going to come trucking down I-90, Highway 14, and moving east now. And again, we're looking at about, if I turn the loop on here, you can kind of watch it go, about 45 to 50-ish miles per hour on these storms. And so if they keep going like they are, try to time it out here, just for those of you who may be in Sioux Falls kind of wondering what's going here through Sioux Falls. We're looking at about 8:43-ish. And again, the big risk here is going to be wind. So sometime 8:30 to 9 o'clock across the Sioux Falls metro area, if they keep moving like they are. They may speed up or slow down a little bit. That's a possibility. So keep that in mind. But if things keep going like they are, then we're talking Sioux Falls between 8:30 and 9 o'clock. And hopefully they will just keep their steady pace. We've been fortunate enough to not see these explode into 90 to 100 mile per hour wind gust producers. And the fear earlier this evening was that if there was a weaker spot in this cap that we talk about where these storms could really take off, it would be possible for that to happen. And so, fingers crossed. Right now, all these warnings we have are for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and inch, quarter size or less hail. That's the good news. I'm going to be keeping a close eye on these, and if anything changes or develops, I will hop back on here and let you know. I'll get you up to speed on everything that's going on. So that's what's happening. Stay with me. Oh, real quick, too, we have a severe thunderstorm watch. I should probably show that to you here real quick. That is in effect, there you go, until 11 o'clock tonight. And that includes a pretty good chunk of eastern, southeastern South Dakota. Basically, Sioux Falls, Yankton, Mitchell, Brookings, Watertown, Redfield, Huron, up to Mobridge and Gettysburg. Actually, they added the Corson, Dewey, Walworth counties here just a little while ago because of those storms that are happening up around the Mobridge area. So just keep that in mind. Severe thunderstorm watch remains in effect until 11 o'clock, and this is a watch for 80 to 90 to 100 mile per hour wind gusts. So it is still possible. That's why I'm going to continue to watch this line of storms right here very carefully as they move east. And you can see these little dots here. 70 mile per hour gust in Huron. Well, 68. We had a gust west of Parkston that was 70 mile per hour gust. Blew some lawn furniture around, dime size hail, 60-ish mile per hour gust, 62 near Plankinton. So these storms do have a history. We actually had an 80 mile per hour gust down here near Harold at the South Dakota DOT Road Weather Information Station. So these storms do have potential. I'm going to watch them closely. I'll keep the stream up. Stay with me. If anything goes crazy, I'll be here to let you know about it. That's it for now. Time for a little update. We've got still looking at around between 8:30 9 o'clock for the Sioux Falls area if this line of thunderstorms holds together. So I'm going to be keeping a close eye on this and watching everything that's going on here. Pretty good line right now from DeSmet to Howard to Salem right now. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, the main threat. And we're just kind of keeping a close eye on everything going on here. Parkston area. Let me stop the loop. You can see these little things right here. 65-mile-per-hour wind gust in Parkston with these storms here just a little while ago. So there is potential for these storms to continue to develop. And there's some dry air with these storms. And this is one of the things we're watching. When the rain comes down or these big buckets of water from the sky go into dry air, they evaporate quickly. Evaporation is a cooling process. And so the cooler air descends even more quickly than the air around it, and it slams into the ground and spreads out. And so that gives us the potential for some of these stronger wind gusts. So we're going to continue to watch everything here. But for now, we're looking at 60-plus mile-per-hour wind gusts. Really nothing more than that at the moment. We have several severe thunderstorm warnings in effect. Let me just start at the top here. This is one for parts of Minor, Kingsbury, Sanborn, and Beadle counties. I'm going to try to pull up the bulletin here on my screen, too, so I can give you all the details from the National Weather Service on these storms. But these are for, let's see here. This one is in effect until 8:15, and we're talking 60-mile-per-hour wind gust and small hail. I'm not expecting the hail to be a significant issue with this particular storm, and that is this one right here. Just so you know which one I'm talking about here, because we have a lot of these polygons on the screen right now, so I want to make sure. But 8:15 gives us another 28 minutes or so, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, the main threat here with these. All right, next one down the line. That would be this one right here. Severe thunderstorm warning for, and again, this is a big slew of counties here. Northeastern Davison, southeastern Sanborn, southwestern Lake, southern Minor, McCook, Hanson until 8:15. This one goes again another 28 minutes, 60-mile-per-hour wind gust associated with that particular storm. And this one down here, which is in effect for parts of McCook, Hutchinson, and Hanson County, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail possible with this one. And it's in effect until 8 o'clock. And we have one more up here to the north. This one for parts of Campbell, Walworth, McPherson, and Edmonds counties until 8:15, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts possible with that line of storms as well. So a pretty good line of strong storms continuing to move across the region, but nothing in that 70, 80 plus ballpark at this point. Look at, boy, it is Selby. It is looking green up there. There could be a little hail in this one, but it's probably a lot of smaller hail, 1 inch or so hail, but that is the view from the SD-DOT camera in Selby right now. It is definitely a little green out there in northern South Dakota with this big cluster of storms. Java, Selby, Bowdle, Hillsview, everything continues to move from southwest to northeast, and we are getting some good rain with these thunderstorms as they move through as well. But again, this line of storms moving towards Sioux Falls, we're talking probably 8:30 to 9 o'clock by the time these reach the Sioux Falls metro area. The strongest part, let me just get out the storm tracker here. And again, all these are moving at about 45-ish, maybe a couple spots up to 50. And notice how this just got thicker. This is the weather front system that I'm using here. They actually have a really good app. If you want a great app for weather nerds. Weatherfront, it's free. It's on iOS now, not quite ready for Android yet, but a friend of mine is has developed this, and it is the best weather software or app that you're going to find. If you want something a little simpler that'll just notify you if there's a severe thunderstorm warning, stick to your favorite TV station app by KUIC. First Alert app. It's a good one, and it'll alert you for anywhere. So let's talk about this. What is going on here? Brand new update to the severe thunderstorm warning. 70-mile-per-hour wind gust observed from a weather station. I don't know if that's the one that they're talking about, but this warning now upgraded to 70-plus mile-per-hour wind from McCook, Hutchinson, and Hanson counties. So that is brand new here. Let me pull up the information here. Severe thunderstorm located along a line from near Emery to Clayton to Scotland. This one is moving east now at 40 miles per hour. 70-mile-per-hour wind gust confirmed. This was near Parkston. Freeman, Meadow, Bridgewater, all in the path of the storm. And again, this is going to continue to move east at around 40 miles per hour. So the storm trackers right here, if the storm continues to move like it is, we're going to be in Meadow in about the next 5 or so minutes. Freeman, 10 to 15 minutes. Marion, 8:14. Parker, 8:24. Lennox, 8:43. T, 8:46. And as I said earlier, Sioux Falls area, we're looking at somewhere between 8:30 and 9 o'clock is when this is going to move in. So this stronger storm, if it keeps moving like it is, will clip the southern edge of Sioux Falls. And again, it looks like T by around 8:46, west edge of Sioux Falls, around 8:46 is what we're talking here time-wise. So, again, if you're in Sioux Falls kind of wondering what's coming, how long we're going to be here, we are looking at around 8:30 to 9 o'clock. If you're further east in the Sioux Falls area, it's going to be a little later than that. Further west, it will be earlier. All these are moving from west to east. So, just so you know what's coming along here and how things are moving, pull up DOT camera that I was going to show you. This is what it looks like in Alexandria right now. The SD DOT camera along Interstate 90 in Alexandria. And again, this northern section, we're talking around 60, 65 mile per hour wind gusts with that. So the most serious section of this line of thunderstorms now, that southern warning where we do have a confirmed 60 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts that have happened with that part of the line of storms. Now, if we use our storm tracker here to kind of track this segment that's heading toward Sioux Falls, if it continues to go like it is, Madison 8:17, Hartford 8:22, Baltic 8:29, Sioux Falls around 8:41. So again, between 8:30 and 9 o'clock, give or take, if everything keeps moving like it is. Again, the eastern side of Sioux Falls, a little later, west side, a little earlier, as this line continues to push from west to east here. So that is what is going on right now. And again, we did have a little bit of an upgrade here to this line down by Clayton, Bridgewater, Freeman, Menno. Possibility there for some stronger wind. We may see a couple spots with gusts up to 60, 70 or so here. And that was a little earlier. Just kind of trying to see if I can find where we might have had those stronger gusts. But you see where the brighter colors here, that's where we have a bit of stronger wind in our best shot for some of those stronger wind gusts that are moving through. So we're going to keep a close eye on that, and I'll let you know if anything changes or develops here over the next little while. But again, this line continues to move towards Sioux Falls. Sioux Falls, folks, right now it is 7:54. This line, if it continues to move like it is, will be in the Sioux Falls area by between 8:30, 9 o'clock. East side of Sioux Falls, probably closer to 9 o'clock or even a little after, and it'll continue to push east from there. So That's what we have going on. Still several warnings in effect. This one up here to the north, still 60-plus mile per hour wind gusts. With that one, this one in the central, the one in the middle, 60 gusts until 8:15, so 21 minutes left to go, but up to 70 mile per hour wind gusts possible with this southern section of the line that is near McCook, Hutchinson, Hanson County, Freeman, Menno area. Basically west of U.S. Highway 81. That's where the best shot for that is. And we still do have the severe thunderstorm warning up here for anybody that's checking in from up north. Bowdle, Hillsview, Hosmer, Selby, Java. It is, there's a lot of lightning with this storm, and it is a pretty nasty looking storm that's moving through there. Still lots of green. Up the I clicked the wrong thing. Let me pull this up here. This is still what it looks like in Selby on the South Dakota DOT camera network up there. It's kind of green. All that light coming and reflecting off. There's a lot of moisture and a lot of stuff up there in that storm, and it scatters the light, reflects the light, and makes it look just eerie, doesn't it? Yikes. But that one, 70-plus mile per hour wind gusts now. Actually, oops, that's not the right one. Sorry, let me double-click that. Nope, 60 mile per hour wind gusts with a severe thunderstorm warning that continues for another 19 minutes till 8:15 for Campbell, Walworth, McPherson, and Edmonds County in northern South Dakota. And do me a favor, if you're watching on a stream on YouTube or Facebook, be sure to click the live button so you're getting the live feed and you're not watching something that I talked about 20 minutes ago. Just make sure you got the live button clicked there so you can be sure to get the latest stuff that's going on. A lot of you watching, thanks for hanging out with me here. We have 3 severe thunderstorm warnings in effect west of Sioux Falls. This whole line is going to move into the metro between 8 and 9. East side a little later, west side a little earlier. I'm thinking if you're out toward 12th and T. Ellis, 41st, 57th and T. Ellis, we're going to be probably in that 8:45-ish ballpark, so that's about another 45 or so minutes from now. If you are over east on Sycamore or further east out by the Target on the east side or the Walmart on the east side, it's going to be maybe a little closer to 9, maybe even a little after 9 o'clock. But that's what we're looking at here as far as the timing goes. We do have a severe thunderstorm watch that is in effect here for much of the region, too. Right there. This is in effect from now until 11 o'clock tonight. So, again, severe thunderstorm watch for a good chunk of eastern South Dakota and north central South Dakota. They added the Mobridge area into that watch just because of that cluster of thunderstorms that's happening out there. And that is what's going on. Again, this line continues to push through and towards Sioux Falls right now. 3 severe thunderstorm warnings in effect. To step away for just a few minutes, and I will be back with a little more here as things continue to develop. I don't know if you caught this. A little bit of breaking stuff here. We have a brand new severe thunderstorm watch that was just issued for southern Minnesota, southwestern Minnesota into northwestern Iowa here for about the Minnesota River Valley to the south and across parts of northern Iowa, basically along and west of I-35 until 2 o'clock in the morning. You can see the area that was added right here. There it is. Mankato, New Ulm, Redwood Falls, Marshall, Slayton, Worthington, Fairmont, all included. So that now in effect until 2 o'clock in the morning, which means we're going to be here for a while. Just in case, I'll stay on and keep you posted just in case things start to go downhill, because there is potential for, depending on how that cap and the energy and fuel in the air interacts with that cap, we could have some stronger storms develop yet as we make our way into the night. So I want to be sure that we're here. And this is, not a big tornado risk, but we're in a situation where, these strong wind gusts, we're talking wind gusts that have the potential to produce the same kind of significant damage that a tornado would produce. Now, I do have some good news for those in Sioux Falls. That severe thunderstorm warning, this section of this storm right down here really just kind of let go. And it might be that the cap is just so strong that these storms aren't able to take hold and really get going. And that's what we've been watching, and that's been the uncertainty. I know a lot of folks like to joke, oh, you weather people don't know what the hell you're talking about half the time. Well, we do. It's just that there is a lot of unknown out there. We can't sample every inch of the atmosphere. And because we can't do that, there is uncertainty. And that's one of the things that, there's potential if there's a weak spot in that cap, or if we get enough instability to break through that cap for these storms to still strengthen. And with the heat and humidity we have in the air, and I know you were outside today. There's a lot of heat and moisture in the air. We had heat index values in the 100s. In fact, temperatures are still in the upper 80s to 90s here across. You can watch it on the little ticker on the screen here. We're still in the upper 80s to 90s in a lot of places, and that is a lot of energy for storms. And so it's still possible if we can get, if we find a weak spot in that cap and we can break through that, it's still possible that these storms could strengthen and become destructive in a very, very quick hurry. So that's why I'm just going to kind of hang out here with you, and I'm going to watch this radar. And as things go, if I start to see anything start to take off, I'll be able to pop in here and let you know about it. So just kind of keep it on in the background with the volume down, and I'll let you know what's happening here as we make our way through the evening. But again, right now we have a couple of warnings. Let me just run through this. 11 minutes left for this warning. Minor, McCook, Sanborn, Lake, Hanson County, 60-mile-per-hour wind gust and small hail. And this one up here to the north. And I'll be honest, this part of the storm is kind of weakened out a little bit. But this for 11 more minutes as well. 60 gusts, small hail possible for this storm. The warning for Minor, Kingsbury, Sanborn, Beetle County. And then we do still have this, actually a brand new severe thunderstorm warning up here for parts of Walworth, McPherson, Edmonds County. This one for 70-plus mile-per-hour wind gusts. This one, pretty strong. Bowdle right now is getting some pretty heavy stuff going on here. We're looking at 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts and 1-inch hail with this particular thunderstorm that's moving through here. So let me just pop up some of the details here. Northern Edmonds, western McPherson, northeastern Walworth until 8:45, 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts, and some small hail possible with that one. So there's plenty still going on here. And actually, I think we have a brand new severe thunderstorm warning that includes the Sioux Falls area now. And this one includes, let's see here, western Minnehaha, northwestern Lincoln, McCook, Turner, and northeastern Hutchinson until 8:45. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts associated with this line of thunderstorms. Parker, Lake Vermilion State, the Rec area, Marion, Humboldt, Montrose, Monroe, Hartford, Hurley, Chancellor, Wall Lake, and Davis all in this here. And Sioux Falls is included, especially everything along and west of I-229. East side, you're still not in this yet, but we look at Sioux Falls, you can see the warning right here basically includes Sioux Falls within the 229-29 loop and everything to the west. Harrisburg, real close, T. Lennox, Hartford, Crooks, Lyons, all included. And again, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, the biggest threat with these, which I'm okay with. That is the bottom criteria for a severe thunderstorm warning is 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and 1-inch hail. And I think most of the time we survive that no problem. I mean, it's an inconvenience, but I start to really get concerned when I see these storms start to kick up with that 70, 80 plus mile per hour wind. And it's possible these could strengthen. Going to be watching everything very closely here over the next little while as this line of thunderstorms continues to move east into the Sioux Falls metro area. Everything is moving. We are moving along here at about, let's see here, 40 miles per hour. Our speed on these is 40 miles per hour. So if we get out the storm tracker, kind of go along this line. Hartford 824, Sioux Falls 843, and that is the center part of Sioux Falls. I need to update my map to put a few intersections in Sioux Falls on here so you'll have a better idea. But if we zoom in, so this is the 838 line, west side. So west side, we're talking 830 to 845, Central Sioux Falls, around 843, Harrisburg 848, Brandon 852, Canton at around 857. That's the timing. If everything continues on the same trajectory, same speed and direction. If that changes a little bit, these numbers will have to, tweak them up a little bit. But for now, that's kind of the general timing consensus. And again, severe thunderstorm warning at until 8:45 for parts of McCook, Lincoln, Minnehaha, Turner, and Hutchinson counties. So we still have these up here to the north. A couple more minutes to go. 5 minutes left on this minor McCook, Sanborn, Lake Hansen warning, and 6 minutes left on this minor Kingsbury, Sanborn, Beetle County warning. And we do have this brand new severe thunderstorm warning going on up here too for Roscoe, Hosmer, Hillsview, Eureka. You're close, but not quite. Bowdle in the middle of it right now. A lot of cloud-to-ground lightning with this one, and this storm continues to move to the northeast as well. And look at this. We've got another little storm that's trying to pop up here near Turton, Condie. These, another example here of storms that cap is too strong. There's not enough instability. The storms try and they fail, and they just kind of hold steady. So it's not getting terribly exciting there, but definitely something to keep an eye on here over the next little while. All right, waiting for these to expire, and we have this one now moving into Sioux Falls, severe thunderstorm warning that is in effect for the western, basically everything along and west of Interstate 229 included in a severe thunderstorm warning as far as Sioux Falls goes. Western Minnehaha County, northwestern Lincoln, McCook, Turner, northeastern Hutchinson till 8:45, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts possible with these thunderstorms as they continue to move through. So there it is. There's your line. And a lot of cloud-to-ground lightning with these. We are definitely dealing with a lot of lightning. This is going to be loud when it comes through. You're going to hear a lot of thunder. And so just get ready for that, because there's going to be a lot of that going on here over the next little while. It's looking a little dark to the west. This is the MnDOT or the SD dot camera near Montrose. Looking to the west. See, it's pretty dark out there right now. Here's Davis looking west too. You can see the dark sky there. Let's see what we have in Sioux Falls. That's an old. That one's not. That one's no good. Well, let's see what we have here. The camera on I-90 at Marion Road, too. It just looks dark, really dark out to the west. And again, we're just looking at 60-plus mile per hour wind gust. Nothing more significant than that, although there's potential for that to change. So don't say, oh, it's only for 60, turn everything off, go away and go about your business. We could still have, these could strengthen here over the next little while. So just be aware that that's a possibility. Right now, they don't look like the worst thing in the world. I think the strongest wind right now near Canastota. That's my biggest area, my biggest concern, I guess, at this point. If you're around Canastota, you see that bright green there. There could definitely be some stronger 60-plus mile per hour wind gusts kind of barreling along in that spot right here. So keep that in mind. That has really sort of blossomed up here in the last little while. So again, Canastota, north of Highway 42, southwest of Humboldt, south of Montrose, north of Canastota. We get those brighter colors there. And that, basically this mode of the radar is the wind mode. And it determines wind by how fast the particles are moving. And the brighter colors mean stronger wind. And there's nothing here that would suggest a tornado, but there is definitely stuff there that would suggest some strong wind potential. So if you are in that Canastota area, that I think is the focal point right now, right through here, for some pretty strong wind that continues to push in toward the Sioux Falls metro area. We have, again, this severe thunderstorm warning covers a pretty good chunk of real estate going up and down. Right about here. Highway 19, everything is along and west of Highway 19 now, but will continue to push eastward over the next little while. So hang with me here. Going to step away for a sec. Going to put up my lovely traveling music, and I'll be watching things closely. I'll be back on in about 5 minutes or so with another update. Real quick, the severe, just in case you missed it, severe thunderstorm watch has been now basically includes south central, southwestern Minnesota, Marshall, Redwood Falls, Mankato, Fairmont, Esterville, Spencer, Fort Dodge till 2 o'clock in the morning. So be ready for that. We're going to continue to see the severe storm potential as this line continues to move east through the evening. Hang with me. I'll keep an eye on things for you, let you know if anything changes. We are watching storms moving toward Sioux Falls right now. We have a severe thunderstorm warning that is in effect for a good chunk of the Sioux Falls metro area, basically 229 and everything to the south and west of 229. If Sioux Falls, basically anything inside of and west of the 229 loop, storms continue to move east with potential for 60-plus mile-per-hour wind gusts and the possibility for a little bit of hail, but hail is not the major issue here today. The big issue today, damaging straight-line wind gusts, and we're still keeping an eye on the potential that these could strengthen a little bit. This is a view from the South Dakota DOT, or actually the city of Sioux Falls camera that's at 12th and Marion as the storm continues to kind of develop and move in from the west. So we are going to continue to watch everything that moves in here over the next little while. But this line of storms continues to move east right now from Hartford, Colton, Hartford, down to Parker, and starting to see a little kind of jump out in front of there near Chancellor. But everything now beginning to move in, starting to see a little rain push to the west side of Sioux Falls out toward 57th and the T. Ellis Road. That's starting to get a little rain, but the big lightning and the big wind is still a little further to the west. Right now, strongest wind south of Humboldt and south of Colton near Lyons. A little bit of wind by Marion. Start to see some of these brighter colors here. That's kind of what we're watching. And this is actually making a beeline right for the west side of Sioux Falls. And that is the strongest wind in the storm now. So that's the area we're going to continue to watch as it moves to the east. Kind of see how those colors are really bright in here. That's potential for some strong wind in that area right there. So again, just something we're watching here over the next little while. We do have history of 60-plus mile-per-hour wind gusts. You can see right here, Canastota. A bit earlier, we had a 65-mile-per-hour gust and a vented 8-inch diameter tree to a 45-degree angle. Yikes. That's not good. 60-mile-per-hour gust reported here. Actually, a 58-mile-per-hour gust between Salem and Montrose, a little south of 38, between there and Interstate 90. So that is currently what's going on. We have a lot of weather going on with all of this right now. So again, stay with me here. I'll be keeping a close eye on everything as it continues to develop here over the next little while. But we do have some strong storms moving towards Sioux Falls now. That severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect. Let me just talk a little bit about the warning here for parts of McCook, Lincoln, Minnehaha, Turner, Hutchinson counties until 8:45. That's another 20 minutes or so. And the storm continues to move east at around 40-ish miles per hour here. So that's where we stand right now. Just to break it down for you, we're at western Minnehaha, Western Minnehaha County, northwestern Lincoln, McCook, Turner, and northeastern Hutchinson counties. Those are all the counties included in this warning. And again, this line of thunderstorms moving east at about 40 miles per hour. So if we bring out the storm tracker, kind of follow along the leading edge of all this. We are talking T at 8:33, Sioux Falls at around 8:38, although we're starting to see some of this rain move into the west side already. Harrisburg 8:44, Brandon 8:47. I'd say from now through 9 o'clock, be ready because these storms are coming in, and they're going to continue to move in from the west here as we make our way into the next while. So just be prepared as these storms move into the metro area from west to east. Hartford getting rain now. Colton, Parker, all with the rain moving in. And real quick, let me take you up here to the north. I want to just recap if anybody's checking in up here. We've had 70 mile per hour, a 66 gust near Bowdle. We've had a gust of 64 north of Hosmer. So some strong wind gusts with this storm here, 60 to 70 plus with the storm now. Severe thunderstorm warning in effect for parts of Walworth, McPherson, Edmonds County until 8:45. And again, this one is for 70 mile per hour wind gusts moving into the region. So be prepared and be ready for that. Some strong wind associated with that line of thunderstorms here over the next little while. We are watching. I've been kind of keeping an eye here on the cameras from the city of Sioux Falls. Here's what's going on. This one is 41st and Marion Road. A little bit of traffic there. Everyone maybe trying to get where they're going before the rain hits here at 41st and Marion Road. Let me find one more here. And Marion right here. That is 12th Street, Marion Road. Sky on this shot. It is looking pretty dark out to the west. The rain is going to be kicking in here at just about any time. So get ready. If we get into the a little closer to Sioux Falls on the radar, you can see everything starting. Well, actually, along 57th, 41st Street, we do have a little bit of rain, but this area right here is starting to kind of bulge into town, and there could be some strong wind along with that. So if you are on the west side, get ready. In the next couple of minutes, we're going to start to see the heavier rain kick in, and things are going to start to rumble here in the next little bit. In fact, I think I just saw a lightning strike on the camera at 12th and Marion on the west side of Sioux Falls. So we're not far. This stuff is going to move in here fairly shortly. All right, let me go to velocity mode here real quick. I just want to take a quick peek at where, we do have this little punch right here west of Sioux Falls. So, if you are west side right now, Hartford, east of Hartford, kind of along the T. Ellis Road, get ready. A blast of wind is coming in here fairly quickly. It's not going to be long before that all kicks in. So, again, 50 to 60 to maybe up to 65 mile per hour wind gusts associated with this line of thunderstorms as it continues to move into the Sioux Falls metro area. A couple little storms further north, one between Arlington and Castlewood, Lake Poncet. You're going to get a little bit of rain here, but it doesn't look like it's anything too serious right now. These storms have been struggling to develop kind of up in northeastern South Dakota, which is a good thing. We're not getting any major stuff that's happening out here right now. Let me bring back Oh, yeah, the rain is kicking in here. If you're in Sioux Falls, you're starting to feel it and hear it. Rain, we're going to start hearing that thunder and lightning here before long as well, but we're starting to see that rain, that wall of rain already up to almost I-229. This is what it looks like at 41st and I-229 right now. You're starting to see the road get a little wet. The rain is starting to kick in. And the wind is really starting to kick in here, too, at 41st and I-29. This line from Del Rapids down to T to Lenox to Hurley right now. And I think the strongest of the wind is smacking right into the west side of Sioux Falls. We have good wind over by Parker right now, but Crooks, Lyons, Hartford, that western edge of Sioux Falls, the wind really starting to kick in now. And again, 60 to 70 miles per hour. So this is not as bad as it could have been, which is a good thing. I'm okay with this, considering what the models were showing a little earlier, the potential for the significant wind that we could have here. What we have out there right now isn't great, but it's doable. This is not the brutal stuff that was possible. Let me go back. This is 229 and 41st Street in Sioux Falls. The Sioux Falls traffic camera, the city camera that we have here. And that is right here on the radar. That's 41st and 229. Getting A lot of rain, a lot of spots coming down here now. 12th Street and Marion Road right here. Rain is coming down fairly heavily on 12th Street and Marion. Check out some of the Facebook comments. I haven't paid as but the rain is starting to kick in, and we do have, along with the rain, we are dealing with a bit of wind. We're talking about 50, 60, maybe up to 65 or 70 mile per hour wind gusts here as this line of storms. So we had a 60 gust reported in Salem. And again, if you are on the west side of Sioux Falls, the heavy rain is kicking in. We're starting to see the rain and the leading edge of the wind moving into the central part of Sioux Falls right now. The heaviest rain is still a little further west, and we see this is Doppler radar mode. So this is the mode that kind of pegs the wind, and you can see we have some pretty bright colors out here by Hartford and Lyons. And so 60-ish mile per hour wind gusts, definitely a possibility with these storms as they continue to move through. But a lot going on here, but fortunately, it's not as bad as it could have been. When I was looking at the models earlier today, I was really nervous, but we're lowest level, brand new severe thunderstorm warning here. This one is for parts of southeastern South Dakota, southwestern Minnesota, and northwestern Iowa. Let me rip out the counties here for you because there's a whole slew of counties in this one. Western Lyon in Iowa, northwestern Sioux in Iowa, Rock in Minnesota, Minnehaha County, northern Lincoln, northeastern Turner County until 9:15, 60 gusts, penny-size hail, which is, we can handle that. It's not great, but we can manage. Here's what's going on at 41st and Louise. The rain is coming down at a pretty good clip out here. The lightning is, if you will look, you can see, thought I saw a flash of lightning here just a little while ago on this camera, but the rain is heavy at 41st and Louise Avenue as this line continues to slide west to east. And again, this is not the end of the world thunderstorm. Models earlier today had me kind of nervous, but this is doable. We do have some rain, and we are dealing with some wind at this point, but we have had worse storms here in Sioux Falls. 41st and Marion Road. The rain is coming down at a good clip. Show you. Still not going too crazy at 41st and Kiwanis quite yet, but it won't be long, and things will be kicking in at 41st and Kiwanis as well. Szechuan there in the background, but it is raining. Things are a little shaky out there, so the camera is bumped around quite a bit here. So again, 60-plus mile per hour wind gusts possible with these storms as they continue to move through. For those of you who may just be joining in, the severe thunderstorm watch has been extended. So if you are Mankato, Redwood Falls, southern Minnesota, northern Iowa, basically everything west of I-35, severe thunderstorm watch, you are now included in that watch. And we'll talk a little more about that here in just a second. First of all, I do want to just kind of run through real quick where this is headed. I want to use our storm tracker and kind of let you know what you can expect. If this all continues to move like it is, we're talking Harrisburg about now, Brandon 844, Canton 854, Laverne at 909. Sorry, I just realized that. All right, there. Is that better? For some reason, the music doesn't go into my little earpiece. Canton 854, Laverne 909, Rock Rapids at 916, Rock Valley at 919 as all this continues to slide off to the east. If we extend it out a little bit and everything keeps moving like it is, Worthington around 950, Spirit Lake, Iowa, 1027, Laverne, we're looking at around 909, Sheldon, Iowa at 949. So a little ways to go before we get to that point, but that's where we are headed here this evening. One other severe thunderstorm, brand new warning actually in effect And this one is for parts of Brown, McPherson, and Edmonds County. 70-plus mile per hour wind gusts possible with that Ipswich, Watonka, Leola, Forbes, Frederick, and Westport. You are all in that mess here, and this line continues to move. Let's see here. At 40 miles per hour, we had a 70 gust just northeast of Hosmer just a short while ago. So, again, this will continue to move northeast at around 40. Kind of watch how it's moving here. And if this one keeps going like it is,